Warning: Kingdom Death contains mature content, be it in its story themes and/or its images. While while videos involving Kingdom Death Monster may not contain specifically mature content in them, the game does, and thus, if these videos generate interest for it, you've been warned that that is what it will lead to. If this does not bother you, please enjoy the video. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this board game overview video for Kingdom Death Monster's Weapon Proficiencies. Now, in this video, I will be going over all these different proficiencies and how some of them might interact with some other things as well. As a note, I am not going over the Twilight Sword. This will come up when I do Hooded Knight, and I will cover it in detail, as that is the primary means of gaining the Twilight Sword. Also, this covers only the core game ones, as I do not have the expansions yet, and I plan to do those separately when they arrive. Regardless, let's get to these.
Alright, first off, we have the Axe Weapon Proficiency with its specialization, and for future reference, I am going to do all the specializations, then the Weapon Masteries. And for those that don't know, not only do the Masteries count as innovations, once you get them, they all say, gain that specialization for everyone. Alright, continuing though, when attacking with an axe, if your wound attempt fails, you may ignore it and attempt to wound the selected hit location again. Limit once per attack. So, in a more simple way, that means once per attack action, you may re-roll a missed attempt to wound. Now, for its mastery, when an axe master wounds a monster with an axe at a location and with a persistent injury, that wound becomes a critical wound. Personally, this is awesome for tearing things apart. Especially if that critical wound also gives a resource, or anything else beyond just persistent injury. Next, we have bows. When attacking with a bow, you may reroll any misses once. Limit once per attack. So, this is misses, meaning you can reroll any or all. Then, if you are a bowmaster, all bows in your gear grid gain Deadly 2, and ignore the cumbersome on all bows, meaning you can move and attack, and, well, you're that much more deadly. By the way, last remember, Deadly is extra luck with the attack, so you're more likely to crit. And considering the first bow, well, first sword bow, the catgut bow, makes it real easy to set off the Lucky Charm bonus, that's awesome. Then, we have clubs. Or maces, whatever you want to refer to it as. When attacking with a club on a perfect hit, double your wound attempt total on the first selected hit location. So that means roll your die, add your strength, add the weapon strength, and then double. As its mastery, when a club master attacks with a club, if a successful wound attempt total is greater than or equal to twice the number's toughness, inflict an additional wound. So they're pretty much all savage, except instead of crit, you just gotta overkill. Then, we've got daggers, or knives. When attacking with a dagger, if a wound attempt fails, after performing any reaction, you may discard another drawn hit location card to attempt to wound that hit location again. So, if you're really desperate to wound on a location, you can discard a later one. And reroll. Keep in mind, that means if you only hit once, or you've resolved the other ones first, and you're on the last one, too bad. As its mastery, after a wounded hit location is discarded, a dagger master, who is adjacent to the attacker and the wounded monster, may spend one survival to redraw the wounded hit location and attempt to wound it with a dagger. Treat the monster's reaction on the redrawn hit location normally. I imagine that's great if it's got some certain effect from just wounding it, but this seems kinda iffy, honestly. But who knows, case-by-case basis, I'm guessing. Now, on to Fist and Tooth, my personal favorite. You may stand if knocked down at the start of the monster's turn or the survivor's turn. That's pretty awesome. That means you're basically immune to knockdown. You're not, but you basically are. That also means everyone can if you get, well, this, the mastery. While a survivor is a Fist and Tooth master, they gain +2 permanent accuracy and +2 permanent strength. They receive this bonus even when not attacking with Fist and Tooth. That's awesome. Sadly, it's the mastery. If it wasn't, though, it'd be unbalanced. Grand weapons. So, two-handed weapons most of the time. When attacking with a grand weapon, gain +1 accuracy. When attacking with the grand weapon during your act, if you critically wound, the monster is knocked down. I believe that means not from a surge. For its mastery, when the grand weapon master perfectly hits with a grand weapon, cancel all reactions for that attack. And on to katars, aka punching daggers. When attacking with the katar, cancel the reaction of the first selected hit location. That's always real nice. Does mean you have to purposely select which one you want canceled to be first, and sometimes that might result in something bad, but not really. It also means first strike, you have to cancel that one. If you are a katar master, gain +1 evasion token on a perfect hit with a katar. When you are knocked down, remove all +1 evasion tokens. So this is kind of a double-edged knife. Both you gain them and also you lose them if knocked down. And if you want to combine it with Rhythm Chaser, don't carry an instrument because this will override that. You'll lose them anyway, but it also means you'll have an extra one automatically. Hope you're not hemophobic. And on to shields. While a shield is in your gear grid, you are no longer knocked down after a collision with a monster. Keep in mind, this does not mean you're immune to knockdown or bash. Also, while a shield is in your gear grid, add 1 to all the hit locations. Pretty much once somebody gets mastery, there's a good reason, it generates a reason for everybody to carry a shield unless they can't. Then, the actual shield mastery. When a shield master is adjacent to a survivor that is targeted by a monster, they may swap spaces on the board with the survivor and become the target instead. The master must have a shield to perform this. Duh. Notice this does not say once per round, once per attack, or anything like this. So this also means that somebody's multi-targeted, you can actually just switch around. Then onto spears. Probably my second favorite, but never actually gotten seen put into use. When attacking on a spear, if you draw a trap, roll a d10 on a 7+, cancel the trap, discard it, then reshuffle the hit location discard into the hit location deck and draw a new card. So, it does mean that you'll reshuffle the discard. You'll not shuffle the cards that you pulled out beforehand if it wasn't the first one you pulled out. And it doesn't mean you can't pull it again. So keep that in mind. And limit once per round so you can't cancel it a second time if you do pull it again. But, on to the mastery. When a spear master hits a monster with the spear, they may spend 1 survival to gain the priority target token. If they made the hit from directly behind another survivor, so in other words, taking advantage of that reach, that survivor gains the priority target token instead. Nice to combine with a shield master or with somebody who's really good at shields or can pretty much your tank. You put your tank between you and the spear user and just have them tank the whole time. Then onto swords. When attacking with a sword, or after drawing a hit location, and make a wound attempt, and then select the hit location to resolve. I love this one. Limit once per attack, obviously. Then as a special mastery, a sword master gains +1 accuracy, +1 strength, and +1 speed when they attack with a sword. Very nice. Up there with the fist and tooth one, but I would say not as good personally, but that's my opinion. Then on to whip. When you would wound with a whip, instead of moving the top card of the AI deck into the wound stack, you may move the top card of the AI discard pile. In other words, you can get rid of one, you know what it is. Then, as a mastery, Whip Master gains +5 strength when attacking with whips. Pretty much covering up the drawbacks of whips. They're not that strong.
Alright everyone, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, feel free to press the like button. If you think this will help somebody else, feel free to share the video. Also, if you didn't like the video, go ahead and press the dislike button. I won't mind, but please leave a constructive comment as to why. Also, feel free to comment in general, and if you want to see more like this, be it more board game overview videos, my Let's Plays that I'm trying to get back to doing, or my painting videos, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.